Jane, a skeptical young woman in her 30s, cautiously enters a dimly lit room with old, creaking furniture. Dust particles float in the air, caught in the moonlight seeping through the cracked windows. The silence is eerie, disturbed only by the distant howl of the wind outside. A sense of foreboding hangs heavy in the air. Her steps echo on the wooden floor, creating an unsettling rhythm. She holds a flickering flashlight, its feeble glow casting eerie shadows on the walls. Is anyone there? Show yourself. Suddenly, an icy gust of wind rushes past, and Jane's flashlight flickers and dies, plunging the room into complete darkness. The air becomes frigid, and Jane shivers involuntarily. Her breath hitches as she hears a faint whisper. I'm here. Jane's heart races, but she musters her courage and reaches for her backup flashlight. As she flicks it on, the room comes alive with haunting images. Flickering portraits on the wall seem to distort, revealing grotesque faces leering back at her. No! This can't be happening! She hurries towards the door, but it slams shut with a thunderous boom, trapping her inside. Panic sets in as the room transforms before her eyes. Shadows elongate and dance, taking on sinister forms. The walls close in, suffocating her with an overwhelming sense of dread. Please, let me out! But her pleas fall on deaf ears. The supernatural force within the Conjuring House grows stronger, tightening its grip on her. A chilling breeze sweeps through the room, carrying the echo of ghostly laughter. Jane descends into the basement, her trembling steps echoing off the cold stone walls. The flickering lights cast eerie shadows, revealing cryptic symbols etched into the floor. The air feels thick with malevolence. There must be a way to stop this, to break free. Just then, she notices a worn diary on a dusty shelf. Its pages yellowed and brittle, bearing witness to the darkness that haunts this place. Jane cautiously flips through the pages, revealing tales of tragedy, possession, and unspeakable horror. The Conjuring House, a gateway to the other side. Evil lurks within these walls, waiting to consume any who enter. Jane's eyes widen with realization. She must confront the malevolent entity head-on to release the grip it has on this house. She clenches her fists, summoning every ounce of bravery she can muster. Jane ascends a creaking staircase, leading her to the attic. Cobwebs hang like macabre tapestries, obscuring the room's contents. She cautiously moves forward, revealing a blood-stained Ouija board and a worn-out rocking chair.
I know you're here. Show yourself.
The rocking chair starts to sway back and forth, the sound of the creaking wood growing louder with each movement. Jane's heart pounds in her chest, her senses heightened as she waits for the entity's response.
You shouldn't have come here. Now, you shall suffer!
The entity lunges toward Jane, its ghastly appearance sending chills down her spine. She fights back, brandishing a crucifix. Jane, her grip tightening on the crucifix, holds it up, creating a barrier between her and the malevolent entity. The air crackles with energy as the entity recoils, its demonic form momentarily repelled by the sacred symbol.
I won't let you consume me. Leave this place, evil spirit!
The entity lets out a blood-curdling shriek, its grotesque face contorting in anger. It lunges forward, the force of its presence causing objects in the attic to fly off the shelves and shatter against the walls. Jane braces herself, her resolve unwavering. Using her knowledge from the diary, she begins an incantation, her voice trembling but determined. Ancient words spill from her lips, invoking a protective spell passed down through generations. The attic becomes a battleground of supernatural forces. Shadows twist and writhe, clashing with beams of light emanating from the crucifix. The air becomes dense with swirling energy, and the temperature fluctuates wildly. Jane's voice rises, infused with power and desperation. She channels her fear into strength, refusing to succumb to the overwhelming terror that threatens to consume her. Suddenly, a blinding flash of light engulfs the attic, momentarily obscuring everything in sight. As the light dissipates, the entity lets out a guttural wail, vanishing into the darkness from which it emerged. Jane collapses to her knees, gasping for air, drained from the intense struggle. Silence descends upon the attic, broken only by the sound of her ragged breaths. Jane, now a confident paranormal investigator, sits in the same living room. Sunlight streams through the newly repaired windows, casting a warm glow over the room. The atmosphere has transformed, no longer tinged with malevolence. After banishing the entity from the Conjuring House, peace finally returned. The dark presence that once haunted this place has been laid to rest. She closes her eyes, taking in the serenity, grateful for her victory over the terrifying forces that once held this house captive. Jane, still catching her breath, stands up. She looks around the attic, the remnants of the battle strewn across the floor. Determination flickers in her eyes as she realizes her mission is far from over. There are more stories to unravel, more darkness to face. The Conjuring House may be cleansed for now, but evil still lurks in the shadows. She walks toward the attic door, ready to confront whatever malevolence awaits her next. Behind her back, a dark miasma takes form, a chilling aura that still lingers within the house. The Conjuring House, unleashing the terrifying truth. Coming soon on YouTube.